People aren't activating is the problem.
I think they're all fake, by the way.
They don't give a about the AI.
It's so much less interesting, like spinning up a new idea.
Like, I felt like I was getting a little better, and then I felt it go down again.
It's 2026. AI can crank out content, but we're rebuilding MetaMonster again to make SEO actually usable for local agencies.
Because doing schema and internal links in a spreadsheet just and creative still doesn't sell. Certainty does.
Today we unpack rewrites, automation, and why small business volume beats chasing enterprise.
I'm Sean Sun, founder of Miscreants.
And I'm Andrew Askins, founder of MetaMonster.
If you spend 100 credits, we'll give you another 1,000. If you spend 500 credits, we'll give you 2,000.
We went a little too hard in the AI direction.
People like sports betting. So what if you did startup betting?
The output just wasn't reliably good. We were kind of like losing trust with people.
It's perks of getting old. No more language acquisition devices in our brains.
I built the fun stuff and it's like working. And now I'm like, I don't want to sit here and work with it on.
Every small move is how we get.
You still remember how to do these things?
We haven't done a podcast in so long.
That's true. We have not podcasted.
I mean, I guess we did one a couple weeks ago and then I never published it. But I think it's up on YouTube, thanks to
sure
producer
Jonery.
Producer?
Yeah.
Huh?
Jonery, our producer.
Jonery, thank you. Yeah. Sorry, Jonery.
No, he doesn't care. He cares about two things. One, that we are recording, and two, that YouTube is growing.
I love it. Which brings me to my challenge. I have a challenge for you.
Okay, hit me.
I think we should try to record a podcast every week this year.
Sure. I'm not the one who cancels. I'm not the one who goes on a hike and without internet access. What are you gonna do? What do you Sorry, go ahead.
I am going on a hike this weekend. I'm excited.
Nice.
What we should really do is we should have a couple, like one day a month where we record like 2 or 3. So that we have a little bit of a backlog.
I see. So we're not recording a podcast every week.
We should publish a podcast every week.
Sure, I'm down.
Yeah. I mean, we have 90 whole subscribers on YouTube. We're a big fucking deal, Sean.
I know. There's like 200 views on one of them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. 100.
Have you heard of this new podcast, TBPN, that's like kind of blowing up?
What is that?
I just heard them on Colin and Smear. It apparently stands for the Tech Brothers Podcast Network. But it's basically these guys who every day have a podcast for like 3 hours. And they bring on guests, like big names in tech and stuff to come on. They're trying to be like the ESPN, like Sports Center of tech. They're just on Colin and Samir.
I have seen this. For some reason, I thought this was Ramp's podcast, not.
Oh, because Ramp is like their premier sponsor. Apparently they had some prior relationship with Ramp, and so they got Ramp to sponsor them for a year.
Gotcha.
For their first year of like production.
That makes sense. Yeah, I have seen their stuff. That makes a lot of sense for. I didn't realize they were going for like the ESPN of. That's great. Have you seen? Speaking of like tech bro spins on things, do you remember Fast?
My favorite spins on things.
Yeah, me too. Do you remember Fast.com?
Yes, I do remember
He's
Fast.com.
Dom is back.
They imploded, I thought.
Yeah, but Dom, no, Fast.com is not back. You know who's Dom, the CEO?
Founder is back? What's he doing?
He was like, well, people like sports betting. So what if you did startup betting and you could buy, they're called stickers. I don't know how it actually works. I don't know how he's actually providing liquidity. No understanding, but it's like a niche down. Will a startup, blow up, or do you want to short them? But it's great because he puts fast.com, he has a fast.com sticker on there as well. So I respect the self-awareness. I respect the straight up, I don't know how to explain it besides it just feels like a scam in every single way. I respect the hustle.
I got a text. You know how everyone has a schemer uncle? Maybe not. I feel like most families have like an uncle or like a cousin who's always like kind of got a business scheme going of some sort.
This is one of those cases where if you don't have a schemer cousin, you are the schemer cousin.
You totally are the schemer cousin. That's 100% right. So my schemer uncle has actually been like pretty successful in his life. And he texts me every now and then about like business stuff. His latest thing, he's been using, I showed him how to use ChatGPT for like his genealogy research.
Oh, nice.
Because like every middle-aged man, he's gotten super into genealogy, him and my
Sure.
dad. And so I get a text from him out of the blue one day that's just like, what do you know about Polymarket? And I was just like, no. I was like, I can't go here. We can't do this. Sorry, Uncle Tim. But no, my holding company is named after one of his original schemes. He's the original founder of the Disco Shrimp Company back in the 70s.
I didn't realize it was the same uncle.
Yeah.
Cool. Sick. Cool. So do you know what he's going to do with it, or did you just...
No idea.
You didn't want to...
I have no clue. We didn't get into it.
I see.
Yeah. I have seen some people doing some like crazy Polymarket like arbitrage kind of stuff, but
I think they're all fake, by the way.
I'm sure they are. I'm positive that they are fake.
Yeah, like I saw the guy say something about how like I saw one a couple of weeks back about like, oh, they were arbitraging the fact that like Starlink internet gets you whatever faster and blah 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 blah, and then
wait, someone was like reselling Starlink?
No. He was saying that like because he had like faster speeds or something, he could like find like small arbitrage opportunities.
News,
right?
Or something, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Something like I don't know. I didn't. It was really long. It went viral. A bunch of people were talking about it, and then he like retweets it. And it's like, you guys are so like this is completely fucking made up. Like,
okay, so he was doing it intentionally to fuck with people, to troll.
Yeah.
Okay, we love a troll. Troll. So I thought it was someone who was like really trying to like fake people and then sell some.
No.
The line between troll and scam artist is thin, but important.
Yeah, true. The monetization part is...
Yeah, I guess it really is the monetization part.
Speaking of internet virality, are you cloudbotting?
No.
Are you molting?
Dude, I am so not an early adopter. I have learned about myself. I'm like, I think I'm like a fast follower. Like I wait to see if something's good. I let everyone else tinker with it. And then if everyone is saying like, hey, this shit's really good, it's legit, then I'm like, okay, I'll make time to try this out. And so far, the overwhelming majority of like feedback from people I trust has been, this is cool as like a thing that could be cool in the future, but it is so hard to set up right now and like such a pain in the ass to manage and work with that it's not really worth the time right now. Have you done it?
No, I think I'm also like you, like a fast follower type. But my feed, because I follow security people, half my feed is security issues with CloudBot. The other half is CloudBot. There's a percentage of it that's like CloudBot trolling. I love all the like, this is what I did with CloudBot, and it's like something stupid, but it's like CloudBot bought me like 3 Andrew Hormozy courses and all that sort of stuff.
That one was great.
Yeah.
I've seen some people who are setting it up with like its own credentials for everything, which I don't know if that's actually that much more secure, but at least you're not like doxing yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear that siren in the background?
I can actually. Yeah, normally I can't hear anything. But...
Well, it's because I live in Brooklyn now and not Queens.
Yeah, you're in a new place. This is your first podcast from the new place, right?
Oh yeah. Is it?
You moved.
I did.
So.
That part I know I did, but yeah.
I know you said you were gonna move, but I don't think you have potted from the new place yet.
Yeah, you're right. Cool. This is my new place.
Beautiful.
It's in Brooklyn. Not gonna say where on the internet. Yeah, it's great. I don't go outside, so effectively my view is the same. It's just my computer. But I live with a cat now, so there's that. That's very
Vanta,
exciting. Yeah,
named
Good old
after the
Vanta.
Security Trust Center.
Right. My favorite security trust center. Um, no, because he's a black cat, and I was not the person that named him. Uh, said person has never heard of the security trust center, Vanta or Jada. Um, it's great. It snowed in New York last week,
Oh
and
yeah, you guys had all that crazy weather.
yeah, no,
I
no,
was.
not in New York.
Oh,
Like
New York was
it was
fine.
fine. It
New
was like
York
a
was
regular.
chill.
It's supposed to be crazy this weekend. Apparently, there's like a bomb cyclone heading our way. Apparently, so
Yeah, it's gonna get kind of cold here down in Mexico City too. I think the high is only like 65.
oh wow,
Um,
damn,
yeah, yeah, rough life,
yeah,
real tough. By the way, I am also in a new place. I think since our
you
last
are,
pod.
yeah.
Yep,
You want
lovely plants in the background. I've got this cool like porthole in my kitchen door.
nice,
I'm in my apartment in Mexico City in Condesa.
hell yeah. Wait, is this place number 2 or apartment number 2?
No, no, no. This
Okay,
this is where I'll be for the first 3 months.
okay.
So I'm staying here. Um, honestly, like part of me wants to extend it longer because I love this apartment and I love its location. Like I have an amazing coffee shop across the street. I have a burger place across the street. I have a grocery store a block away. There's like a
Wow.
market that pops up like a block over this way on Tuesdays. There's my laundromat that I go to is like 4 blocks away, 2 or 3 blocks away. There's like a gym 5 or 6 blocks away. Like I love this. I finally feel like I'm living in like a real city where that's walkable and awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
and you have trash bells.
and I have trash bills. Yeah, yeah. When the garbage comes here, and they come like twice a day, I think, which is insane. But they just have big handbells, and they just ring the handbells really loudly, and that's when you know to like walk downstairs and take your trash out.
It's kind of sick, kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. But I think I want to try just because like Airbnb as a long term option is like kind of harmful to the local like housing like market. I want to try to see if I can find something that's not an Airbnb to move into. Um, but I am increasingly thinking about sticking it out for like a year or two.
Nice.
Because in part because I have quickly realized how entirely shit my Spanish is. And it is going to take me more than 3 months to make it not shit, I think.
Have you felt like it's improved in the? I know you haven't been there for that long, but is it? Can you get by?
So can I get by?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can totally get by. I mean, you can get by with like very limited Spanish in Mexico City.
Okay. Can you flirt? Can you flirt?
See, that's the thing. I feel like I can't like joke in Spanish very well. And I would love to get to the point. I don't need to be like university level fluent, but I would love to get to the point where I can have a conversation with a local without feeling stressed. Because right now, if someone speaks like at a normal pace instead of speaking like I need people to speak to me like I'm a 3-year-old who has just learned the language. That's the pace I understand at right now. And so when someone speaks to me like a 32-year-old, then I struggle. I struggle to keep up. But yeah, I mean, I can communicate what I need to communicate in most cases. I can understand like the gist of what people are saying usually, even if I don't get all of the words. So I can definitely get by. But yeah, I want to get to the point where I can like be more conversationally fluent and just like be able to joke around and like have a personality in Spanish.
Yeah, cool. That's hard. Good luck. You should stay in Mexico City longer so I can come visit you in Mexico City.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, you were talking about coming in like July or August, so by then I should be more proficient. I don't know if I would say. I mean, yeah, people get into all sorts of arguments on the internet about like how long it takes to be fluent and like what fluent even means.
Uh,
And
I, I
so,
think a good barometer is. I think a better barometer is can you be a smart ass in the language? And that's
yeah. Um, but to answer your question, like I do feel like it is getting better while I'm here.
Mm,
Like I'm getting, you know, simple things like understanding, what the barista says to me. Having some of the same interactions over and over again gives me a chance to get to the point where I do understand all of the words. Um,
nice.
and uh, it's slow. It's not like like I'm not like changing that fast, but I am like picking up little bits here and there, and it gets a little bit easier every day, like a
Nice.
tiny bit easier every day. Um,
Nice.
but then I'll say something stupid or like totally someone will say something to me and I'll have no idea what they just said, and I'll be lost again.
Mm,
Also, I got sick for a week, and so I like didn't leave the house for a week, and so that was like I felt it like I felt like I was getting a little better, and then I felt it go down again, and I was
mm,
like, okay, you
I
really
see.
do need to practice every day.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
So
Yeah, I mean, I feel like uh, I don't. Once I stop using Chinese for like Mandarin for a little bit, I definitely start to
yeah,
it just goes away. So it's perks of getting old. No more language acquisition devices in our brains.
how often do you speak Mandarin these days?
Uh, like I would say probably like 90 times less than before I moved.
Yeah, because
Right.
before you moved out of your parents' place, were you
Yeah, yeah,
talking to them all the time? Yeah,
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, and then yeah, I mean, I pretty much don't use it day to day, so it's only phone calls with the parents. Um, yeah, 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 yeah. I remember back in college when I stopped using it all the time. Definitely,
Hmm.
like, um, yeah, I definitely. Well, okay, when you say use, like, I don't speak it, but my most productive music playlist is like my Chinese music
Oh,
playlist,
cool,
actually. Um,
sick.
yeah, yeah,
See, I don't understand lyrics even when they're in English, so that doesn't really work for me.
I see,
But
I see.
yeah,
You should try
but that's super
Spanish.
cool.
It'll help. Yeah.
I don't understand lyrics when they're in English, so I don't think Spanish is gonna work. But I do like Spanish music. I like Spanish
Mm.
rap a lot.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah.
Cool.
Do you have any friends our age you speak Mandarin with?
No,
No.
no. Yeah. Do I have any? No. Yeah, no. Sorry, I was going through the list. Yeah.
One of my dreams is to have like to be multilingual and to have a best friend or like a girlfriend who is
uh
also who speaks the same language so that you can talk shit about people in front of them.
Oh, me too.
That's like
Me
that's
too.
the dream.
Me too. Um, yeah, me too. Unfortunately, my Chinese friends are terrible at Mandarin. Like, um,
I used to want when I was in high school, I always thought it'd be super fucking cool to get really good at sign language with your best friend so you could sit like across from each other in class
yeah.
and still talk to each other.
Did you ever learn sign language? This
No,
podcast is completely derailing, by the way.
who gives a fuck?
No, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Did you ever learn sign language?
No, I wish I did. I
Okay,
had some friends who knew it reasonably well, but nah,
nice.
I somehow
The
missed
college
that.
I went to was also had like like was also like a college for the deaf. I'm gonna
Hmm.
butcher it, but anyway, like there's a big um sign language like culture there.
That's
Um,
cool.
so like if you went to like a school movie, there would be like a person. I guess in most places there's a person interpreting regardless in a college, but
Yeah,
um,
definitely for like bigger events at our college. I don't know about
mm,
like some of the smaller like little club sort of things, but
gotcha. So I picked up on it a little bit. I think the coolest. I really wish I like learned more of it because when you have an interpreter there, it's kind of like real life subtitles.
yeah,
What else is? speaking, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Speaking of languages, how's vibe coding your
That's
that's
yeah,
the best
really
segue.
really nailed it with that segue, dude. Yeah, we're pros. Can you tell we haven't podcasted in a while? Um, uh, I was doing a little vibing last night. I think I sent you a screenshot earlier. I took your advice and added drafts to Slack letter. So you
Nice.
can now see your drafts when you create them. They are grouped by session, so they have versions. So if you
Cool.
make edits, you can like page through the different versions, which is cool.
Cool.
It's not currently sending a link to the draft when it like generates it, so I should probably add that so that you have the option to like open the draft in another window.
Gotcha.
I am still resisting building actual editing and like generation capabilities into the dashboard for right now because that just feels like a bunch of work that I don't necessarily want to do because like it's perfectly doable to like work with it in Slack.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people will work with it. I'm also like not totally sure my cron jobs are working, so I gotta test that, get that fixed, and then I still need to add all of the like multi newsletter and like custom cadence stuff before I submit it to the Slack marketplace, so that
Nice.
the plans that I advertise on the website are actually
Right. Are real.
doable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also so that you'll use it.
Yeah. Cool. I started vibe coding, another project.
Another project? Cool. So we haven't finished the last one, but we've started a new one. Love it.
But I stopped. One, because my cloud usage maxed out. So I stopped. But the next day I made a commitment to like if I'm going to be vibe coding, I should finish the Miscreants client portal because that is like actually something we really need at the moment. Like the Webflow change log and all that, and like we use Asana. There's no like easy way. There's no like, you know, in Basecamp you can like share and lock certain things from the client seeing that sort of stuff, or choose which ones you want to share with the client. We don't have that. Which means that if we share this on a board, they see everything, which is that I have feelings about that. Well, it depends on the client, but anyway.
Yeah, for sure. There were clients when I was like working with you all, you know, there were clients where I was very adamant that we were going to have a separate like internal Figma project and external Figma project for our product design work. And then there were clients where I was like, fuck it. We'll just have one. It's less copying and pasting. Yeah.
Makes sense. Anyway, I'm trying to get that done, but like it's so much less interesting than spinning up a new idea, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit in that grind right now with Slack letter where it's like I built the fun stuff and it's like working, and now I'm like, I don't want to sit here and work with it on, you know, multi newsletter and all this stuff. And then last night I was trying to get set up so that I have a dev database and I can keep the dev and prod database separate. And then I ended up fighting with like dependency stuff and trying to figure out how to get like why it wasn't working. And I'm just like, and I don't want to change any of the code because I want like it's got to be a config issue because the code is working fine on prod, and so I don't want to like change the code to make it work on dev and then like accidentally break something on prod. Even though I have test coverage, but I don't really know how good my test coverage is, and so I was just like,
I am just waiting until like mid-Feb when we have a software engineer in house now. Full-time contract.
When did that happen?
End of last year. Yeah.
Okay.
We had because we had for one of our clients, they wanted us they were like, can you just build the product instead? Or they're doing like an engineering marketing sort of thing.
Ooh, sick. Cool.
So we have someone there. Actually, my previous dev, the one that was working on margins, is back looking for an opportunity, but I think we're a little priced out of his Like he wants a full-time job. And I think we're a little priced out of like, he's great. I just can't afford him at all. But this stuff is great. We just have these client projects to finish by mid-February. I'm helping him a little bit now to like get it through the finish line because I really just want him for myself and to go like do that last mile of all of it. Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
I've always wanted someone to build an agency that's specialty was engineering as marketing, like, and especially now when you
Yeah.
can engineering as marketing type projects are even easier to fully vibe because you don't care quite so much about scalability and cleanliness and everything.
Yeah.
Code quality.
Yeah.
So I just like, I really want to see someone make an engineering as marketing agency, focused agency work. I think it'd be fun.
Me too. I think I think it's a great idea, you know. Yeah. I don't know, someone listening, one of our 94 subscribers, hopefully one of you does it. And then you can come on the podcast and that will have more subscribers, hopefully. So cool. What else is going on? What else?
We're still chipping away at MetaMonster stuff. So we've been working with Jade, our friend who runs Hello SEO, and she's been giving us some feedback to help improve the product. We did the Laravel new thing and blew up the code base and started over. So we were completely rebuilding MetaMonster for the second time. And
why are you doing that again?
So the general feeling that Austin and I had was like, we have this version of the product that's live right now that is basically a spreadsheet. It's similar to like the AirOps grids or Clay. It's like a big spreadsheet and you can run workflows. But we found that people like were getting into the product, and even when we put workflows front and center, they still weren't running workflows as often as we would like. People aren't converting to like from trial to paid at all. And part of that is we need more. I thought we had more signups for a while than we did, and then I realized a lot of them were bot traffic, and I think we threw up like some Cloudflare product and eliminated the bots. So now I've realized we get about 20 signups a month, whereas I thought we were closer to 100. So 20, not terrible, but none of those are converting to paid.
Sure.
And
are they at least using it like weekly or monthly?
No.
Okay.
Like
So
people aren't activating is the problem.
I see.
People are not getting to the point where it is they are using MetaMonster regularly. And so like the advantage of the grid system that we built was that anything you could sort of force fit into the grid, you could do. And so it's incredibly flexible. And we published these like 30 prompt templates. And then we slowly started to get feedback that like, it seems like the grid was still too hard to use, a little overwhelming to people. They weren't really sure where to start. And then like too many of the like workflows, the output just wasn't reliably good. And so we were kind of like losing trust with people. And we realized, so we started feeling like we needed to do two things: make the product easier to use, and make it like pare down what we did to only things we knew we could do really well. And some of the things that we want to do, like meta descriptions, page titles, H1s, all that stuff fits into the grid relatively well. Although then part of doing this job well is integrations, is getting the data out of MetaMonster onto your website so that, otherwise you're having to do a bunch of copy and paste, and like that's not something people want to do. So the grid structure makes it hard to do integrations well. And it's really better suited for simpler workflows that are just kind of like one element to one output. And we we've been thinking about how we position MetaMonster, who MetaMonster is for. We want to build MetaMonster for local SEOs. Basically, like we automate on-page SEO optimization for local SEOs.
When you say local SEO, you mean like literally like Google
agencies that work with local businesses.
Okay.
Yeah, they would call themselves local SEOs.
Gotcha. So this is like Google. What is it, like Google reviews? And that's
Google reviews are one part of it, but there is still like on-page work that people do.
I see.
So we're not touching Google Business Profile. There's a bunch of tools out there that do that. We're not touching NatPack. There's a bunch of tools out there that do that.
Why
so
are
we're
you
looking at like,
Well, so why local SEOs? That's news.
Because our two most active users right now are both local SEOs. And basically like local SEOs are like local businesses are where on-page optimizations to like a lot of the basic fundamentals can still have a big impact. So just like putting the right keywords into your page titles and meta descriptions and H1s, making sure you have internal links, making sure you have good structured schema, like that can have a pretty big impact at the local level, bigger than it can for like a B2B SaaS company that is in a super competitive market with a bunch of other people who are really, really doing like cutting edge SEO stuff.
Right. Okay.
And so it's basically like, and because local businesses often don't pay quite as much, local SEO agencies have a larger volume of clients typically, whereas larger, more strategic, more content-focused agencies tend to have a smaller volume of clients. And again, they're more content-focused, and we're trying to stay away from being like an AI writer, although we will probably do some things over time, like summaries and FAQs and stuff like that. But yeah, so it was basically like they have high volume of clients. Doing the fundamentals of on-page SEO can have a big impact for those clients. And like, we kind of feel like they're a little underserved. So that's like one of the bets we're making right now is focus on local SEO agencies.
I think that the fact that like the high volume is a good like we get by, like the team uses, I don't know if the team still uses MetaMonster religiously. Like every time we need to do an SEO thing, like we can run Screaming Frog and like one of our devs can run it. But like he doesn't need to share that with me because we don't have a high volume of like SEO specific needs. But I feel like a huge use case of having a hosted team workspace is when you have such like super high volume, right? So
yeah, I think it's either, and just like when you need automation is when you have a high volume.
Sure. Yeah.
And so you either need to go enterprise, which like we just don't super want to do because we don't really know how to do enterprise, like true enterprise sales. And like it's probably would be a smarter idea to go enterprise, but like, I don't know that like our technology can really support the enterprise. I don't know that, we have the enterprise sales like background to really do that. So I think selling to small businesses is like a better fit for us. And so then the small businesses that have the highest volume are largely like local SEOs or like marketing agencies doing SEO work for like smaller clients.
Cool.
And so, yeah, with all that in mind, like we're trying to make the tool simpler. And then some workflows just like don't fit well into the grid. Like to do internal links really, really well, we can do internal links pretty well right now, where we can do a good job of like finding semantic links between pages, but to understand like link hierarchy and all that stuff, you need a tooling and UI that goes beyond just a spreadsheet to like
Mhm.
really map that well and do that well.
Mhm.
You need a more opinionated data model to do things like that well and to do integrations well. Schema is a whole nother thing that like the more we learned about schema, the more we were like, yeah, doing this in a spreadsheet just kind of sucks. Like
Mhm.
you really kind of, you need some UI around this, and you need to be
Mm.
able to map relationships and stuff. And so the more we thought about like how much we were going to change, the more we started to feel like, okay, it might be worth doing another rewrite and just like start fresh. And so we're going to be like, I don't know exactly when we're going to release the rewrite yet. Hopefully within a couple weeks.
Mhm.
We will probably release it with page titles, meta descriptions, H1s, and internal links. And then we'll work on schema, and then we'll potentially work on some other things from there. We might go into content refresh, we might go into summaries, FAQs, but like we're going to go back to when we roll out new features, they're largely going to be there will still be like the ability to run workflows on all pages and like build custom workflows. We're not going to scrap that functionality, so it'll be there for power users who want it. Um, but like even the people who tell us they think that's cool and want it aren't using it, and
Mhm.
so we want to put the priority back on like making it
Right.
really simple to get in and just like do the fundamentals quickly, sync
Right.
it to your website, and get out.
Sick. Cool. And you have a WordPress integration already built,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, which is
yeah.
like
It only
mostly
supports page titles and meta descriptions, so like the goal is to get it up to where it could support internal links and
Mhm.
H1s too.
Cool.
And then like when we release this, and then potentially build additional integrations
Mhm.
before we build more features. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah, we're also integrating Search Console data this time around,
Nice.
so we'll be able to
Good.
see like help you suggest keywords based on Search Console data.
Right.
We'll be able to like see which pages are like performing the most for you right now, and
Mhm.
then one thing I'm excited about being able to do eventually is we can track changes. So we'll be able to say like, hey, your click-through rate went up by this much when you updated all of your page titles,
Mhm.
or
Are
your
you gonna integrate? Well, okay, separately. You should integrate data for SEO.
why? Tell me what you want.
Because uh, if you just have Search Console, um, like if you just have Search Console, you just have the keywords that they're showing up for,
Mm-hmm.
not other keywords that they're
So you're
missing.
talking about buying keyword data, keyword volume
Right.
data, and
Right.
using that to automate keyword research for people.
Right. Because I think one of the
We are
hardest.
not going to do that.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. The feedback
Damn.
we've gotten so far, and I don't think
Uh-huh.
this is universal, but for right now, we're not going to do
Mhm.
that. One, because I don't want to sink a bunch of money into.
Dude, it's so cheap. It's so cheap. It's like
How much is it?
like penny, like sorry, fractions of pennies. Um, um. Okay, so I think I spent less than $20 on keyword data for like 14K keywords.
Yeah, but like doing it well, doing keyword research well in an automated way is something
Sure.
that like, yeah.
Fine.
The other piece of feedback that we have gotten from at least one client is like keyword research is the thing they want to hang on to that they still want to do manually. And like,
Sure.
they don't want a machine doing keyword research for them
Sure.
because they feel like at that point, what's their job? What are they doing?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I
feel
think
like
it's something we will
Mhm.
definitely explore at some point in time. We're not going to do it right now.
That's fine. I'm not offended that if you don't. The reason I will say the reason I bring this up is because like I think one of the biggest points of friction with MetaMonster when I was trying it out was, it asked me for what keyword I want for a page. But would have been nice is if it suggested like, here are some keyword options. Each of these have this keyword difficulty and this volume. Pick the one you want. This is recency bias because like I may have had a vibe code project where I wanted to like build a database of cybersecurity related keywords and pull a bunch of data down. So I was trying data for SEO. It's pretty cool. Doesn't work super well for cybersecurity long tail keywords because no one has search volume on it, and it gets like bucketed in too many things by Google Ads API. For what it's worth, you also don't need to actually use data for SEO. You can just get it for free via Google Ads API. You just have to.
Yeah, but then you have to do all your own. You have to do a ton of.
Yeah.
It's not free. It's a lot of work to make the Google Ads data work for you.
You also have to apply to their program.
That's why Google data for SEO exists. Like I'm sure it's something we will explore at some point. But for right now, we're going to go with what we can get from Search Console, and then we still will suggest keywords for you based off of the page content.
I think
that doesn't come with like keyword difficulty or volume or anything.
I think given the ICP, you should not listen to me telling you my point of friction as someone who did not want to do keyword research and wanted it handled for me versus like an SEO agency who is using this in a world where they have already done keyword research, so they know what they want to rank for. I think it's a very different use case regardless. So cool. I like it. Makes sense. I think do you think it's going to change your like pricing?
No.
Not even like the pricing model for. I don't know about these agencies because I'm genuine question.
I mean, we're definitely not going. I don't plan to lower our prices, and I don't think we need to. Like Jade has always been like $50 a month is nothing. The only thing is like we may have to. I do wonder if the credit system is holding us back because people are seeing, even when we give them 500 credits, which feels to me like a fuck ton of credits, like people are so reluctant to use their credits that I'm like, what the heck? Just use your credits. I also tell you in a million places, like if you want more credits, just ask me and I'll give you more credits. But people seem to be really stingy with credits. And it seems to hold them back from like adopting the tool. And so part of me wonders if we could find a model that isn't credit based so that we can get away from that. I don't know if we can or can't. Select letter is so much easier in this sense. And then the other thing is like, we're going to be doing more AI stuff by default for you when you crawl a site, because like we'll be generating internal link suggestions for you automatically without you having to go in and like request them. We'll be like identifying keywords. We'll be doing like some like topic clustering and stuff, so that we can do internal links well and schema well and things. And so we're going to be doing a lot more on the crawl. And so we may have to change up the model a little bit, but
gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. I wonder if like the local, I mean, does Jade do local SEO or? Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So the majority of her clients are local businesses.
Cool. The reason I'm bringing like I wonder as a local SEO agency, would I prefer just paying a flat monthly additional per site so I know the cogs of, I can map how much I'm spending per client on something. I have no idea. On the other side, I have like a crazy idea for getting people to use credits.
Okay.
What if you gave them like credit spend milestones and like rewarded. Like if you
Like try
spend
to gamify
100,
it a little bit.
yeah, if you spend 100 credits, we'll give you another 1,000. And if you spend 500 credits, we'll give you 2,000. And then you,
Yeah, there could be something there.
Mhm.
Scout used to have a thing where when they were more like usage based pricing, um, where if you completed their onboarding, you got like unlocked some usage tier. I've seen versions of that. Um, I just like I think some of that stuff can feel really gimmicky
yeah,
and not. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't, yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's a high priority
Yeah,
thing to add. I think that's one
the
of those
main
like,
thing is really like we want to get away from this place where we are now, where the tool is complicated and like sometimes you go through and you run a workflow and you're not that impressed with the outcome. Like
Mhm.
we want to get to the point where it's stupid simple and anything you get out of it, you're like, yeah, that's really good.
Mhm. Do you feel um, like the common UX patterns that you're used to, like can help you solve for that, or do you feel like it has to be
What do you mean? I'm not following the question.
okay? So like we work on cybersecurity products, right? And
Mm-hmm.
like cybersecurity products, there's only like so many like different types of cybersecurity products, and screens start to look pretty similar, right? Like ultimately, like you do have times where you have a data table, and other times you have, like for an audit log, or you have times where, you know, even now there's like with the whole AI stuff, like agents, there's like node graphs or flow charts, and um, the point being, like a lot of times when a client is saying that like the requirements of this page or this feature is to do this thing, there already pre-exists like some sort of like and like UX and UI for it. Um, I guess what I'm asking is, but like there are times with like our very like with our clients who are like very much in like the agentic space where they're like it needs to like feel more agentic. The traditional B2B SaaS don't cover these things.
I
I'm
actually
wondering.
think that I think that's like a take that's sort of the take we chose with the last iteration of MetaMonster, the like
Mhm.
flexible table. And I
Yeah.
kind of think that that take is being proven wrong. Like
Hmm.
everyone was like, just let them edit the prompt. And then it turns out that most lay people don't want to edit prompts. Like
Hmm.
editing prompts feels too much, even if it's natural language instead of code. Like
Hmm.
people will like to prompt Claude code. Like there are people who are getting into Claude code and like building things out and like stuff like that. Um, but I think that there are people who like don't want something. They don't give a
Sure.
fuck about the AI. They don't give a fuck about whether it's agentic or not. They're just like, do the thing for me.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
and I think we went a little too hard in the AI direction and
Mhm.
like didn't do the thing for them well enough.
Yeah.
Um,
So okay, to ask you the question again, what I'm really trying to figure out is like how far, like in terms of the redesign, have you guys figured out the new UI for it?
I
Or
mean, it's not going to be like drastically different.
I see.
It's still going to be tables of information, like tables of pages and stuff.
Okay.
Where we we're now going to have dedicated pages for different components. So like we'll have a dedicated page for page titles, a
Hmm.
dedicated page for like meta descriptions,
Cool.
dedicated like sort of section of the app for internal links.
Mm.
Um, and um, and what that allows us to do is it allows us to like make it easier to like more obvious how you can kind of like quickly click on things and like prompt things, moving away from like flexible spreadsheet to like more like structured tables
Yeah.
with like structured inputs will let us make like kind of like the OG MetaMonster, but like a um, an evolved, more
Yeah.
powerful
With
version that can
more
do more things.
organization. Yeah.
Yeah, and you will
Cool.
still be able to edit prompts. We're also working on a prompt editor that is more like vibes than prompts, where you can choose like between a few
Hmm.
voice and tone options, or you can choose like you can add little Mad Lib style inputs instead of having to go into a big block of text and read through it and understand it and
Mhm.
edit it. Which is something I'm thinking about for Slack Letter a lot too. I'm really torn on what direction to go with Slack Letter, because like I don't want to make it too complicated, but I also like in some ways going more Mad Lib style makes it more complicated, like to like track changes and stuff, and then in some ways it makes it easier. Like I think it's easier for the basic user, harder for the advanced user, and like who do you build for? And so we're trying to move the slider for MetaMonster back towards the basic user. We've also been we spent a couple weeks just like vibe coding prototypes to test out ideas, which was really helpful.
Cool. On the point about Slack Letter, and then I gotta run to this 5 o'clock. But on the point about Slack Letter, like I feel like outside of like the like the Slack app stuff you have to do, like the last mile SaaS things you have to finish, like I feel like it's in a really like I feel like it's in like a launchable, get user feedback type of state. You know, like it does the core thing, which is, I mean, it's not bad. So
Yeah, I think so. My like list of things to do before I launch is like I want to do a little bit of updating to the base prompts. I need to do a bunch of testing, and then I potentially need to build out, if I'm going to launch with the pro tier where you can create multiple newsletters and custom cadences, then I need to build that functionality out because I don't want to launch without that there. Now, what I could do is I could just say that tier is coming soon and like make it obvious that like you can't sign up for that tier yet, and then I could build it later, but which I might do. We'll see.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
I gotta get out of here.
All right, man. Well, fun catching up, and
I'm glad you're not sick this week. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. All right, a podcast a week. We're gonna do it, right?
I'm down if you're down. Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. I'll see you later. Bye.